on Monday.
Sorry. I had to turn on the recording mode here.
Continue.
Yes, sure, no problem. It's okay. It's just because I had forgotten to turn on the recording mode.
Okay.
Go ahead.
uh, I did a lot of exercise about resistência dos materiais. I don't know how can
Oh,
I say.
material
Uh,
resistance. Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
Yes,
teacher.
you were doing
Was
you
a
were
little
do
busy, but
yeah. Yeah, but that's okay. You're learning.
here we are.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Thank God. Thank God we are here, Lorena. We should be forever grateful because,
Yeah,
man,
teacher.
there's so many bad things happening out there. And I thank God every day, all the
Yes.
time. Just being able to stay home and not in a hospital because there's so
Yeah.
many people in hospitals nowadays. Wow, that's
Yeah, very
terrible.
sad.
Very sad, really. Very sad indeed. But anyway, thank God we are here. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Lorininha. So we are going to try to finish Unit 5 today. We've been doing Unit 5 for a while. I think for the past 3 or 4 lessons we had, we were working on Unit 5, and today hopefully we can finish that unit, which is a very interesting unit because it talks about the future, something we should
Oh.
always, yeah, something we should always look forward to, right? We should never lose hope, so always think of the future. So this lesson is interesting, it's very good. Today I planned to see with you guys pages 38, 39. Both pages here refer to a reading task, okay, about young entrepreneurs. Then page 40, and which is vocabulary, and page 41, which is everyday English. It's something extra, okay? So let's try to
Okay.
do it. Okay, let's take a look there. So let's go here. Yay, here we go. I'm opening here page 38. Do you have the book, Lorena?
No, teacher.
Oh my God, Lorena, you don't have the book? Oh my goodness, that's really bad. But can you see the page? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Very nice. So, as you can see, we will talk about, first of all, we'll have a discussion on generation gap, right? And then we will see what young people are up to nowadays. These guys are rocking. They have been doing so many interesting things. And I mean, I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them are very successful. Okay. So
Okay.
let's see what they've been doing. I made a short presentation here I'd like to share with you. So let me try to, yes, this presentation, I don't know if you can see it. Um, it will help us
Yes, I can.
with, okay, it will help us with vocabulary, and also the first part, which is the introduction to the reading. Okay, so here it says reading and speaking, page 38, 39, inspirational youth. Very nice. So let's move on to the next page. So let's have a short discussion here first. So, how do people of different ages see each other, Lorena? What do you think?
Um, I don't understand this question, teacher.
Okay, no problem. So, look, we are asking here about people of different ages. For example, children and young people. They have different ages.
Maturity.
Yes. So the question here is, how do they see each other? For example, how do you see an old man? Okay. What is your perception of old people in general? How old are you now, Lorena?
I'm 22.
22. Super young. Super young. Oh my God. So, if you talk to a person nowadays, if you talk to a person who is around 80, 85, so how do you see this person? Imagine.
I think the person is very uh, how can I say, uh, tem muita experiência de vida.
Oh, yes, the person has a lot of experience. That's true.
The person
Yes.
have a lot of experience
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
sábio.
The person is wise.
The
Yes.
person is
So
wise.
that's how you see, yes, so that's how you see old people in general, right? That's so good. So first, they have a lot of experience.
Yeah,
Then, yes, sure, they're wise. Okay, what else? What about their bodies? What about their physical appearance?
teacher for me is freezy.
Sorry, can you repeat, please? Hi, Lorena. We
Hi,
crashed.
teacher.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
connection here today is not so good as we could see now, right? You see,
yeah.
that was crash number one. I hope we don't have any others. It's really bad. I'm trying to fix the problem, but it's not the computer, it's the connection, it's the internet provider.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. But anyway, just to sum it up,
Okay.
right? Can you see the page? Yes, good. So we
Yes,
usually
yes.
see them as really experienced. Oh my God, it's signaling again that the connection is unstable. They have experience, they are wise, um, they can teach us a lot, and but they,
Yes.
yeah, can't they? They can teach us a lot. But on the other hand, they are very weak, physically speaking. So we need to be really careful, okay? Because they're super weak.
Yeah, teacher, about healthy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So yeah, we have to be super respectful and wow, take care of them. Really take care. So here, the second one says, in your country, what do old people think of young people?
Wow. um, I think they they think we are strong physically and
Uh-huh. Yes, that's true.
immaturity.
Uh-huh. Yes, immature. Hi, Kaina. Good to see you. Good evening. So
Yes.
yeah, that's true.
Hi,
They,
Kaina.
Hi. Hi, good evening, guys.
hi, good evening. Good to see you. Welcome. Hey, we are having a discussion to prepare us for the reading
Thank
task.
you. And sorry for being late. I
No
was taking
problem.
a bath.
Oh, that's okay. No problem. Kind of, that's okay. I'm really happy you made it. Very good. So, we're discussing here the second question. In your country, what do old people think of young people? Lorena said that they usually think young people are too immature or sometimes even irresponsible. Okay. Do you agree with that, Kainan?
Yes, I do. I think nowadays young people are being really, I think, mature about their future. They're not being concerned about
Yeah,
their future.
that's true,
And
Kainan.
so, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the reality. Most people nowadays only think of the present. They don't plan for the future. So that's something really bad. Now, what do parents think of teenagers?
Uh, I don't know, but I think the parents uh, think of teenagers. They are stubborn,
They're stubborn. Uh huh. Yeah.
stubborn, and irresponsible.
Yeah. It's true. Sometimes it's really hard to talk to them because they won't listen, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
but some teenagers are nice and they listen to their parents, and that's good. That's good because since they have more experience, they know better. They've been there before, so that's why we should always listen to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, the other way around, what do teenagers think of their parents?
Well, I think it depends on the parents, because there are some parents that they are super protective
Uh huh.
with their kids, and some teenagers don't like it. They whatever they want. But as I said, the parents know the best. The parents know the danger that their kids might get into. And as to teenagers are discovering life, you know, they they think that everything's safe, and they're going into a unknown, field,
Mm-hmm.
and their parents just want to protect them. Their parents just want the best for them. The parents don't want to see their kids getting hurt. You know, so
Yes, of
I think the
course.
parents so I think the parents have to sit with their kids and discuss. I think a nice dialogue can solve everything, and the kids can tell the parents what they're feeling, and the parents can advise them. But
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to let your children go. To see. I think it's like so they can grow, personally, like a
Mm-hmm.
human. They can get mature with their mistakes and learn from it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, you got it. That's the idea. That's the total idea. So, before we move on to the final three questions here, I'd like to share with you a short video of a very young child, a boy actually, talking to a senior citizen, a man who is about, I don't know if he's in his 60s or 70s, but he's around that age. And let's see how they will talk, what questions they will ask. Imagine, imagine you are a young kid, more or less 6 or 7. What kind of questions would you ask an old man if you had this opportunity to ask some questions? What questions do you think you would like to ask an old man? Let's not say
Uh,
old,
o-
but mature. Okay, let's change the word from old to mature.
okay. What do you did uh in
What did you do?
what did you do in your young age?
Yes, at your youth. Yeah. Or what did you do when you were young? Okay, try to ask that question again.
Can you repeat,
What
please, teacher?
what did you do? Sure. What did you do when you were young?
What did you do when you were young?
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. So let me try and share. Let me get the video here. It's very interesting just to illustrate our conversation today. So here, actually, he isn't old. He isn't that old. He's yeah, they are only 57 years apart. Okay, so the man is not that old, but it's really nice. It's good to have this kind of situation where you put a very young boy and a senior talking to each other, asking questions to kind of learn from them, because we always have to learn something. And I guess learning here happens both ways, right? So it's very interesting. Take a look and then you tell me what you think. Let's see that.
What?
Oh, you have yours. What's that? Okay.
I don't know where the questions. I don't know where the song is.
Let me just put the sound a little bit higher because it's very low here. I can't hear very well. Oh, that's Sabrina. How nice. That's really cool. Okay. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome. She can't hear me. Okay. So here, look. That's the situation we have. Okay, guys. That's really cute. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome.
Hi.
What's that?
I
Okay.
don't know where the question. I don't know where the song is.
Well, will I ask you a question,
Okay.
the first one? Right. What is the worst thing about being young?
Well, you get lots of homework. It's also pretty. They're like in the middle, like in school, like in the middle of bad and good.
Oh,
What is the worst thing about being old?
not being able to do things that you could do when you were young.
Like, you can't bend down and get stuff on the floor.
Well, I can still do that, but the problem is your body gets a bit stiff.
I know it hurts a lot when you try to
Yeah.
get down when you like are
That's
old.
right, yes. You might get sick more often. Hopefully
Yeah.
I don't. But that's the
Yeah,
problem.
that's pretty bad.
It is pretty bad.
The only time I went to a hospital is my mom to like get me born.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Do you wish you were old?
Maybe, like, so I was old and so I can like buy stuff for my own and have been married, but that'll be you. Do you wish you were young? Why?
Well, the problem about, the great thing about being young is you have more time. You have more time to do things. I could play games, which I did. I used to play cowboys and Indians.
Yeah, that's what I play.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's what I like about being young. I could use my imagination more.
That's a sad story. You can't do that anymore.
Well, I could be an older cowboy. I might do it yet. Will you fall in love? And what will it be like?
I don't know. Like, we'll have babies, it'll be like fun. I'll like have to change. Even though I'll have to change his diaper, it'll be fun.
Ah,
But what if he cries?
well.
I'll just sing like Ed Sheeran to him, like,
And who do you love now? Who do you love now?
My mom.
Your mom? Your dad?
Yeah, I like my family. Did you fall in love? What was it like?
Yes, it was different for me. I fell in love late.
And did you get married?
No, unfortunately, my partner, she passed away. She died, unfortunately. That was a sad thing. Yeah, she got sick.
I'm gonna cry.
No, don't. No. No. These things happen, Sean. That's life. But I have very good memories. Very good memories. And you live, a lot of the time you live in your head with memories. You can remember all the good things, and that's the important thing. Well, the advice I would give to you, Sean, is you don't have to be rich to be happy. Do the things you like doing that make you feel good. Because when you're happy yourself, everybody else is happy.
Hey, Sean, do you have advice for Des?
To like act normal. Don't be silly. Don't bully lots of people. The people I know in school, like my friend Alex in school, whenever he gets hurt, I hug him. I might not be able to work, but
Oh, that's a good advice. And be yourself. Don't let other people tell you what you should be. Just be as you are. Isn't that true?
yeah.
And I'm sure your life is going to be very successful. You have all the right things. You have all the right things to do. All your good friends. And keep those friends going. And keep life going. Oops. There you go.
interesting.
Isn't it? Isn't
Yes,
it?
teacher. I love this video.
Yeah, it's a lesson for life. It's a lesson for life. It's beautiful. I love this video. The link to the video I can share with you guys, right, on our study room. 57 years apart, a boy and a man talk about life. Oh, really good. It's really touching. And the boy, he's so sweet. He's so sweet, isn't he? And wow, everything about this experiment was great. And it helps us a lot understand about life, what we are doing with our lives, and it's really interesting. Okay, guys, I'm happy you liked it. Oh, so let's go back to our book here. And Sabrina, good evening. Good to see you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm happy to see you. Yeah, how nice. So today, guys, we're talking about inspirational youth, right? So we discussed the first part already, and now we are going to move on to number 2. And the questions are here. So let me share the PowerPoint so we can have a discussion. I put there. So here we go. Okay, can we see that? So we are going to read an article, right, about 3 successful young people. And we should, first of all, before we start reading, read the title of the article and the heading only, okay? Like a small summary, an introduction. We should find out what's the main point of the article. What do you think? Why do you think young people get a bad rap? And what does it mean to get a bad rap? Do you know? Do you have any idea? What's the meaning of getting a bad rap?
I don't know, teacher.
Does anybody know?
Um,
As you can see here, go ahead, Kaina.
I didn't get the final word. It's bad.
Yes, here the question is, why do you think young people get a bad rap? Here, let me try to underline. This is the expression we are talking about.
Teacher,
Yes.
I don't know if I could understand, but
Mm-hmm.
is uh, experience or
No,
costume.
no, not really. Let me share with you. Rap, guys, is the short form of this word here, reputation. So instead of abbreviating REP, they put RAP. So it becomes like this. Okay, so it's not a very good abbreviation they put, but that's the way it is, and that's the meaning, reputation. Okay, so young people get a bad reputation, or in other words, they get a bad rep. Okay, all right. So what is this bad
Okay,
reputation about? You got it, Lorena? Yes, you got it. Yeah.
teacher.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Sabrina, did you get it? What is bad rap?
Yes, teacher, I understand.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like I, I think because young people uh, don't never are patient and uh, with old people. Eles nunca têm paciência nada.
Yeah, that's
Do
true.
everything very fast. Sometimes are very rude with other people, with young people, and
Yeah.
sometimes young people is very, I don't know in English, sarcasmo, with
Uh-huh.
ironia,
Yes,
and
they are
it's
ironic,
it's
sarcastic.
irritante. I
Yeah,
hate this.
yeah, me too, me too. So that's what happens, and that's the reason why they get a bad rap, right? Most of the
Yeah.
kids, I mean, most teenagers, because we can't generalize, we can't say, oh, everybody is like this. No, of course not. But because of a few, then, you know, we say they have a bad reputation. Okay, so we are going to see now the introduction to the article and try to see the main point. What do they want with this article? Okay, sorry. So let's go there. All right, let me move back to the book now. Here. So here we have the title, okay, on the other page, Inspirational Youth. Okay, guys, can you see that? And then on the other page, we have the intro. So I will make it bigger. Try to read in silence and then see if you can understand the point of the text of the article. Okay, yes, did you read the introduction here in the blue bar? Yep. So
Yep.
what do you think the main point of the text is? What do you think, guys?
I think the main point is that not all teenagers are similar to each other.
Uh-huh.
Even though most of teenagers get a bad rap, there are still some others that are concerned about their behavior or their future.
Very good,
Um,
Kaina.
so I think that's the main point. And I also wanted to ask you about the word sulking. I think what does
Uh-huh,
it
yeah.
mean?
Sure, sure. We are going to see that. Very good,
Okay.
Kaina. Very good. Excellent. That's the idea. The main point of the article is exactly to show that not all teenagers are the same, right? There are those who stay home doing nothing, and there are also those who go after their dreams, and they are ambitious and talented, and They try to make the most of their lives. Very good. So as you noticed, some words have been highlighted here. Actually, I highlighted them because I really guessed you would know the meaning of the word. So the first one is the word sulking, like they said here. Today's youth often get a bad rap, but they are not all hanging out on street corners or sulking in the bedrooms. So let's see the meaning of some words there. We have here the vocabulary. Let me share this with you just a second. Here we go. Yes, can you see that?
Yes.
Good. So the first one, to sulk, it's a verb, okay? And the meaning is to keep oneself from normal conversation or apart from others while remaining in a sullen, angry, or offended mood. Example, when we told her she couldn't go to the dance, she sulked for days. Okay, so do you understand what that means now?
I think I got it. It's like when you avoid talking or interacting with the person that
Uh-huh.
you were angry with, I guess, or
Yes.
upset with.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I think in, I don't know if I can do this, but I think in Portuguese would be like cara fechada, I don't know, like,
Yes, yes, exactly. Mhm. Yes,
something like that.
that's it. That's it. So this is what they're saying, that some teenagers like to stay in their bedrooms, soaking, like, no, unhappy with the world. Okay. So that's the idea, right? We can also say, for example, emburrado in Portuguese. It's also like that. When you're sulking, you have this kind of behavior, okay? You can ask a friend, for example, why are you sulking? What's going on? Since we arrived today, you're sulking out there. Why? What happened? Okay? So you can also tell your friends that they are sulking, and you can try to find out the reason why. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to keep going back and forth, okay, guys, so we can see the book. Let's go there. Yes, there you go. Here. Okay, back to the page. Here the sentence says, today's youth often get a bad rap, but they are not all hanging out on street corners or sulking in the bedrooms. The ones featured here are, and many others around the world, are ambitious, talented, and making the most of their lives, often against the odds. I didn't highlight this one here, but I'd like to ask you, do you understand the meaning of against the odds?
I know the word odd can mean like weird or strange, but I think in this context it means something else. And I don't know quite the what the meaning is. So
Yes, against the odds means against all the limitations, against all the problems they might have. So, with all the limitations, they managed to have success, to move on in their lives. So, the odds are like adversities, difficulties, um, conditions, like negative or bad conditions someone might be in. For example, let's take a famous person in Brazil as an example. Um, so you've always heard of Anita, right? Do you all know Anita, the singer?
Yes,
Yes. So
Yes.
where is she from? Do you know? Where is she originally from?
I think Honório Gurgel.
Yes, exactly. Have you ever heard of Honório Gurgel? What kind of neighborhood is that?
I've heard it like from her, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know where it is. Like if you ask me to point out where is Honorio Gurgel on the map, I wouldn't be able to show you, but I know
Uh-huh.
that it's here in Rio. I think it's in the suburb area. I don't know. Um,
Yes.
I think it might be a little dangerous, or
Yes.
it is next to favelas, I guess.
Yeah.
um but that's the that's the only thing I know about Honório Gurgel.
Yeah, I don't know much about it either, but I know it's a poor neighborhood and it's in the north area of Rio the city, right? And it's usually very dangerous. So you see, out of Honório Gurgel, uh, we have a singer who hit the top of the charts in terms of music here in Brazil, and now she's working abroad. She's sharing the stage with famous people. Imagine, guys, she's singing with very famous people in the United States. She's touring around Europe. Nowadays, they can't have concerts because of the pandemic, but she's recording albums. She's spending some time in Florida, I think. She's living there. So she has enough money to provide for herself and also her family. So imagine a young
did
girl from Honório Gurgel. So that's against the odds. Against the odds means even though she comes from a poor neighborhood, she was able to become a star. Yes, go, Kainan.
did you know that she released a song in French?
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
Did you know that she released a song in French?
No way.
She yes, featured with a French singer, and she sings some lines in French.
Wow. You see?
I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send
Please,
you the song later.
please
uh,
do.
the name of the song is Mon Soleil.
Wow, amazing, Kaina. You see,
It's
guys,
really beautiful.
she's very successful. She's really successful. So that was something that okay, we can really say that it was against the odds because given the limitations she had, one would never think a person like her would become the star she is today. But I don't know how things happened, but in a way, she
Can I tell you
exploded.
something?
Yes.
Against the odds now. When I if you ask me what do you think when you hear against the odds now, I will imagine a person like trying to walk through a hurricane, like
Uh-huh.
there's a big uh, wind
Yeah.
coming, and you're trying to get through the wind, like walking with lots of difficulties, but little by little you're getting there, you know. So
Uh-huh.
the wind, it's like the odds. It's
Uh-huh.
something that is trying to push you away, I think.
Yeah, sure. It's trying to
So
keep you there. It's trying to prevent you from moving. So that's the idea. The
yes,
odds, yeah, the odds are always things that prevent you somehow, right, from doing what you want. But then when you are stronger, then you can go through the storm and become successful, right? Survive or whatever. So that's when you go against the odds. That's the meaning of this expression. It's a metaphor, actually. Okay. So it means exactly that. All right, and here, this is the point of this article. They are showing some examples of young people who managed to succeed against the odds, right? But they managed somehow, okay? And now they are super successful. So let's take a look there. Here we have, look at the photos first, okay? Look at the first one here. We have Nick Deluizio, 17. He is an app entrepreneur. Imagine, guys, at 17, that's quite a lot. Next one, Jake Bug, 18, singer and songwriter, only 18. And the next one, Caitlin Cromet, 16, the wish granter. So, how did they get there? Let's see. We are going to read about Nick and Jake first, okay? So let me see how many people we are and see if we can divide. Yeah, we are only 3. So let's see. Kaina and Sabrina, can you read about Nick Deluizio, and then Lorena, can you read about Jake? Yes.
Yes.
All right. So the
Yeah.
text, yes, the text is here on the next page, and I'll try to put the text on the screen. So I'll try to do different because I know Kaina and Sabrina have the book, right? So I will show the text from Jake here, and then Kaina, you have the book, right? You and Sabrina.
yes, I do.
Good. So you can read from your book. Um, and then I will put Kaina. You can do the first one then, okay? And Sabrina, if you don't have the book, you can do the same one here with Lorena. You can read Jake, okay? The story about Jake Bug. Okay, so let
Okay,
me see.
teacher. I read with Lorena.
Okay, do with Lorena, please. So I'm going to show here on the screen the story about Jake Bug. Okay, and I'll give you 4 minutes to read the text. And don't worry, I have the meaning for all the words that I highlighted here. Okay, guys, I'll help you out on that.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, guys, have you finished?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
You see how interesting, incredible, wasn't it? You
Yes.
see?
Yeah.
And he was so young, he was super young. And the same thing happened to the first boy, Nick, who created an app, right? He is from Australia. So let's see the meaning of the words that we highlighted here first so we can understand the text better. The first one here says, I want to find a way to skim read content before reading the complete article. So let's see the meaning of that, skim read. So let me just, okay. Can you see that now? Yes. So
Yes.
to skim, guys, is the same as, I mean, it's a verb, okay, to skim, and it's the same as to read, study, etc. quickly, but not carefully. It's when you read just to get the important information you need. All right? The literal meaning of skim, I don't know, let me see if you know this. I don't know if you've ever had this experience. Have you ever made capelletti? Capelletti pasta, Italian pasta.
I never eat it, teacher.
You never
Never
ate?
done
Oh
it.
my God. Okay. Oh
Yes.
wow. And you've never cooked capelletti? You never cooked capelletti in your life? No?
No, teacher, no.
No? Oh, okay. So let me see if I can find. Okay, have you ever cooked gnocchi?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So how do we cook gnocchi? We put the gnocchi inside boiling water, right? So that it cooks fast. After a few minutes, the gnocchi starts floating, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
The gnocchi comes to the surface. This moment is when you have to skim the gnocchi to put in the sauce or whatever you want, but you can't leave the gnocchi in the water. You have to take the gnocchi from the water, right? And this movement is called to skim. It's when you just get the ones that are ready, the ones that are on the surface. That's why to skim, when I'm talking about reading, is to read superficially, just the surface of the text. You don't go deep, all right? You only read, okay?
Okay.
You just,
Okay.
yes, you just read the important information, just that. So you get what you need and the rest stays there. Okay, the water, because you don't need the water, right? So
Okay.
skim read is that. All right, okay, Kaina, okay, Sabrina.
Okay.
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 Teacher,
Yes,
and
yes.
when we go to the beach, we we stay on the superficie,
On the surface.
superficie, surface. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different because your feet are still touching the, you are on the surface, of course, but you are, we call that part of the beach the shallow part, right? When you don't
Shallow.
go to,
Yeah.
yeah, you are in the shallow, so you are in the area where your feet touch the ground. You are not floating totally. Only if you want to float. If you want to
Okay.
float, you can, but you are not in the deep. Okay, you're in the shallow.
Okay.
I
I got it.
could
Thank you.
Yes,
call.
here I come.
I
And
could call it the shore.
sorry.
I could call the part of the beach, like the sand area, you know, the shore.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes. Very good. Very good, kind of. So here, to skim, it's a verb, right? It's not a place. No, it is not a noun. It's a verb. So when you skim read something, you read quickly, but with the intention of getting the important information only. Okay? That's to skim. Now we have another word there. Let's see the other word. It's overrun. So let's see the book again. I'll have to go back and forth, but that's okay. No problem. Okay. Are you there? Good. All right. So here we have, I want to find a way to skim read content before reading the complete article. So that's the intention he had when he created this app, because he wanted to read something quickly and summarize the text, right? So here he says, even Google knows that something needs to be done to make sense of the web overrun by a diarrhea of words. So what is something overrun by a diarrhea of words? Diarrhea of words is like hyperbole, meaning a big quantity or big amount of words. Okay, that's a diarrhea of words, and usually something unnecessary. Okay, and the web overrun by a diarrhea of words. Let's see what overrun means. Let's go there. Okay, so look, can you see that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
here we are back. Overrun, guys, it's a verb and it means to exceed the proper, desired, or normal quantity, limit, or order of something. So when there is too much of something, you get overrun by it. Okay? So when something is in excess, all right? You can also overrun, for example, when you write, suppose you have to write a composition of about 100 words, and then you decide to write a longer text of about 300 words. So you've overrun. Okay, so we can say that, oh look, you wrote actually in the simple past, because in the text it's in the past participle, but in the past, in the simple past, we say, hey, you overran your text here. You shouldn't have written so many words, so you overran. Okay,
Okay,
so
teacher,
it's
but overrun is necessary words or unnecessary words?
no, overrun can be for anything, not only words. It can be for anything that is given or done in excess. Okay.
Okay, okay.
All
Thank
right, that's the idea. So back to here, back to the book. Here we said that um, even Google knows that something needs to be done to make sense of the web overrun by a diarrhea of words. So the web is full of words. The web is crowded with words, and we need to find a way to make sense of all this. So maybe an app to summarize the things would be a good idea, and this is what he tries to do. He tries to create a web. Actually, he created a web that summarizes some pages. right? The name of the app is Face Mood. You see, very similar to Facebook. So it was called Face Mood. It summarized what mood they were in. According to what the person posted, it summarized everything. So, but then look at how many downloads he had in the beginning. Wow, surprising. So let's see the next word. How does Nick reconcile his life as an entrepreneur with his other life as a student and a young adult? How does he do that? So let's see the meaning of that word, reconcile. So let's go here. Okay, as you can see there, it's a verb. Okay, guys, it is a verb. It means to cause a person to accept or be resigned to something not desired. So you just reconcile it, just like, oh, okay, I can't do anything else. So, all right, I agree, right? So you get to an agreement. Let's put it this way, all right? Let me just check out here, guys. Yeah, I was going to check out the pronunciation of this word so that I could give you the right pronunciation. Let me see if I can take it to the other page. Let me just open it up here, just a second. Yeah, I will just see here, guys, the pronunciation to give you the right way to say this word, okay? So let's see here. See if you can hear that. Okay, guys, reconcile, reconcile. Okay, could you hear that, people?
I hear you said.
You just hear my voice? You didn't
Yeah.
hear? Okay. So let me share the page. Probably if I share the page, you can you see the page? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Reconcile.
Can you hear?
Ah.
Okay. Reconcile.
Okay.
Reconcile.
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 Yes. Okay, guys. So here the explanation goes. You have there. Let me try to make it a little bigger so you can see. This is a similar word to what we have in Portuguese. Okay, guys, we have a word like that in Portuguese. So to restore friendly relations between, for example, she wanted to be reconciled with her father. Cause, to coexist in harmony. Make or show to be compatible. Okay, guys. All right. So you can reconcile two different things in your life. For example, if you want to keep them both, you can reconcile.
In
Okay.
peace could be.
Sorry.
In peace or joy.
Like in a relationship, you mean?
Yeah. In peace or joy.
Yeah. Yes, in harmony. Yeah. When things, yeah, but in the case of the text, because we are reading a text, the meaning they want to give us in the text is that he caused to coexist in harmony, like here. Okay. So he was able to do two very difficult things at the same time. Okay. Let me show you the book again. Look. What were the two things? So how does Nick reconcile his life as an entrepreneur with his other life as a student and a young adult? So you see two different things and two difficult things, right, he was able to reconcile. So that was a question because he was young, he was very young, and he could play both roles, right, successfully. And then here he answers the questions. Look, I like a lot of things. I'm a big fan of rugby and cricket. I enjoy school and being with my friends, and I work hard at school, right? So he did his job. He was really dedicated. Okay? All right. The last word from this text is the word summarize. Okay? So summarize, you know, all right, people? You summarize something, you make short and concise. Okay? So let me show you the meaning here. Okay, there you go. Look, summarize, to state or express in a brief but complete form. Okay, so it's also similar to a word we have in Portuguese. Okay, summarize. It's a verb as well. Okay, so now let's go back to the book. Okay, and here in the second story we read about Jake Bug, we saw some words too. And here we can see that he became a successful musician against all odds. Because look, he grew up in a public housing development. What is a public housing development, people? Do you know?
Not a clue.
No? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Okay. Public housing development is a special place people live, where people live, but this place is built by the government. So it's usually cheaper for families to live there, okay? Here in Brazil, something like that would be the project My House, My Life that we had during the previous government, okay? They created this project to give houses to poor people, but not really to give, but to make houses accessible, houses, apartments accessible to poor families. So you just pay a small amount and then you have a place to live. Okay, so that's what public housing development usually is. And according to the experience we have in the United States and other countries, the environment in these public housing developments is not good. Usually, it's pretty similar to what we have in the slums. It's violent. There is drug trafficking. Kids have problems with drugs and other things. So it's usually a not very good environment. Let me show you the definition for that, okay, on the PowerPoint. Can you see that? Okay, look,
Yes.
public housing development, it's a noun. Public housing is a form of housing tenure in which the property is usually owned by a government authority, either central or local. Okay? So like I said before, and now here I put the meaning of housing tenure. What is that? Housing tenure refers to the financial arrangements under which someone has the right to live in a house or apartment. The most frequent forms of tenant are tenancy, in which rent is paid by the occupant to a landlord, and owner occupancy. So here we have the two forms of tenure. It can be a tenancy or it can be owner occupancy. Owner occupancy, you have to buy the state. You have to buy the real estate where the occupants own his or her own home, like My House, My Life, okay, the project. So they buy the house at a very low price, okay? So that's owner occupancy. And there are others where you have this form here, tenancy. Tenancy is like when people rent the house or the apartment, okay? Paying a very low rate as well, okay? So this boy, he was really lucky because he came from a poor community, right? Public housing development is usually constituted by poor families, and he managed to get a guitar. His uncle gave him a guitar as a present, right, when he was only 12. And by the time he was 14, he was writing his own songs. You see, guys, how nice, right? Okay, so let's see the money. Let's see the meaning of turn me down. First, he tried for an audition. He had an audition for another festival and they turned me down. So he was turned down sometimes, like musicians are in general, okay? We have here another word. He still has a lot of aspirations. And here he says, of course, I'd like to have a #1 hit. Everyone wants that. But the thing I'd like most is to have a jamming session with Noel Gallagher of Oasis. So let's see the meaning of turn down. I think it's the next one. Yeah, here. Sorry, guys. So to turn down, people, can you see that? To turn down is the same as to reject or refuse, okay? So to be turned down is to be rejected or refused, okay? So musicians, singers, artists in general, they are turned down many times before they become successful, okay?
Okay.
So he was turned down. Aspiration, it's a noun. Aspiration is a strong desire, ambition, or goal. So if somebody asks you, what are your aspirations? The person wants to know about your goals, your ambitions in life, okay? And jam session, what is a jam session? Informal performance of a group of musicians, especially jazz musicians, okay? So it's usually something informal, okay, guys? Nothing formal, just informal. But nowadays, this expression is also used to talk about any informal performance by other kinds of musicians, not only jazz, okay? All right.
Is it like ensaio? How can I say ensaio in English?
Rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
No,
Okay.
it's not a rehearsal. It's just playing informally, really. It's
Is
like,
it friends?
yes, it's just something like a gathering, like, oh, you know, here in Brazil, some singers, they do that a lot. Zeca Pagodinho does that. Ludmilla does that a lot. They promote jam sessions in their houses. They provide the barbecue and they invite their friends
Ah,
to sing. Yeah. And then they sing together, but in a very informal environment. That's a jam session.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So here, one of his aspirations is to have a jamming session with Noel Gallagher of Oasis. He would like to be closer to this guy. So he likes that. He's a big fan, right? So he
We
says,
do
yes.
we call live uh jam sessions? Live is on YouTube.
Oh, lives. A live can be a jamming session. Yes, of course, if it's informal. Yes, it could be. Yeah, because we are in a pandemic, we can't have concerts. So a lot of people are
Yeah,
recording. They are having jamming sessions and they are recording. And then they are transmitting on YouTube and other kinds of media. So yeah, could
yeah,
be. Yes, that could be a jamming session. Because nowadays everything is different, right? Everything is online and yeah, could be. Each person at their own house, they like they can't invite people over, but they can play and everybody else can watch from a distance from each one from its own house or his or her own house. I think, yeah, that could be a jamming session. But usually, the people who do this are the guys from the countryside. The country music singers we have in Brazil. They get two, three, four singers, and they put in a single show, like a live with, for example, I don't know the names of the singers, but they put four singers singing together, and then they record a live because there is no audience. And so, yeah, that would be a jamming session. So, for that to be considered a jamming session, it has to be something informal and it usually has more than only one singer or only one band. It has more. Okay.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, people. So this was the second one. The third one, we have very few words that we found here that you might not know. It's about Caitlin Cromet. Okay. This girl here, she helps a lot. She helps a lot of people who are,
Teacher,
yeah.
you are sharing with us the documents.
Okay. Thank you. Now I got it. Thank you, Lorena. Can you see the page?
You're welcome.
Yes. Can you see the page again here? Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Good. This story here about Caitlin Cromet, I will just summarize for you. She's from Orange County, California, and she works helping people who are terminally ill, people who are about to die. So she helps them. Okay, so she started when she was only 12. She took it upon herself to do volunteer work for this local hospice. So what is a local hospice? It's a place people go when they are terminally ill because there they have nurses that will take care of them 24 hours a day. So, and family can visit. I don't know if we have this in Brazil. Guys, this is not hospício in Brazil. No, it has nothing to do with hospício, okay? It is not something for mentally ill people. No, a hospice is something for people who are terminally ill. I mean, dying, really, dying of cancer or any other disease. Okay? Look, a home that provides care for the terminally ill. Do you understand this, guys? Let me show you the meaning of the words. Back to this slide again. Let me share that. Okay. Look, hospice, a health care facility for the terminally ill that emphasizes pain control and emotional support for the patient and family, typically refraining from taking extraordinary measures to prolong life. Okay, a similar program of care and support for the terminally ill at home. Sometimes you can have a hospice at home. Okay, suppose you have a relative who is dying, and this relative wants to die at home, not in a hospital. So you can create a special room for this patient to have a better life quality in the end of his life. So it's like home care, kind of, right? So, but this hospice can be either a place or it can be in the house of the person who is dying. Okay, so you can have an institution like a hospice, but not a hospital, right? But just I don't know if I can say casa de repouso here, because the idea of a hospice is to serve and help people who are actually dying, not for elderly people in general. Okay, it's not for the elderly, it's specifically for sick people. Okay, guys, you got it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, we don't have that here in Brazil. I don't think we do. Okay. And
Teacher,
yes,
here in Brazil, there are a group of friends go go for hospitals like Doutores da Alegria.
yeah,
Uh, this group go for hospital and Inca for to join with children with cancer and
yes,
other another people for
exactly. Yeah.
to give some moments with smile with
Yeah.
for me it's very important because when you stay ill you maybe uh, you maybe depression I
Yeah.
think is very bad.
Yes, it is. It is very
And people
sad.
and yeah, very sad. And people go and make you smile, make you play with other people, and
That's true.
uh, eles pintam a cara, painting your face with
Yeah.
different colors.
Yeah, that's
It's very
very nice. That's very nice.
yeah,
I hope
very
they
important.
I hope they're still doing it now, because the pandemic took over all the
Yeah,
things, and we don't know if these guys are still doing that job, because there are still
yeah,
people dying of cancer, right? Cancer still exists, even though now we don't talk about
yeah,
it, but it still exists, right? And
yeah. And some
places permitem, né?
Permit.
You can, yeah, permit, yeah, you can go with a dog, with a pet,
Yeah.
like dogs
Oh, yeah.
and birds, and sometimes horse. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, it's
Very,
really
very nice.
cool. Yeah. It's really cool indeed. Yeah, the work they do is amazing. So back to the text. Let me share the screen back again. Can you see the text now? So what did she decide to do? You see, she was a young girl, right? She was super young. So she decided to do volunteer work for that kind of place. When she was 15, she decided she wanted to do more for the hospice patients. So she started what they called dream catchers, like a club that aims to fulfill patients' final dreams and makes their last days happy. So it's an institution pretty much like Patch Adams, the movie, the clowns, and these people they call doctors of happiness. That we have so many nice groups around there um, that do great jobs with children with cancer and also with patients who are terminally ill. They can help a lot of people. So it's something like this. Dream Catchers is, of course, in the United States, in California, and the focus of this organization is to kind of try to fulfill the dreams of these people, in the best way possible. So that's why she says here that she worked as a volunteer. Look, when she saw the movie Patch Adams, she got really inspired and she wanted to be able to have their last dreams fulfilled, and so then there is a woman, the wife of a hospice patient, Bernard Klein. She was Caitlin's first beneficiary. The couple had gone sailing. That was very interesting. Nearly every weekend before Bernard got sick. Then Anne, the wife, mentioned that if Bernard could go sailing one more time, he'd be happy. And Caitlin made arrangements for the Kleins to sail on an 82-foot double-mast schooner. So that was really nice. When the crew lifted Bernard aboard, he laughed, and it was the first time we had laughed together in a long time. His wife said. So imagine, guys, being able to grant the wishes of people who are dying. That's really amazing, right?
Teacher,
Like,
what
oh,
is this schooner?
sorry,
I what is this schooner? I don't
schooner.
understand.
Yeah, let me show
Yeah.
you. Let me show you here. Look, can you see that? The definition. A schooner is
Okay,
a
okay.
kind of sailing vessel having a mast in front and a main mast in the
Mm,
middle. Okay, so it's a kind
okay.
of boat. It's like veleiro. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
here
Okay.
in Portuguese. So that was amazing. He was super happy. Imagine being
Yeah.
able to go sailing in a schooner. Wow,
Wow.
incredible. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good. That was really good. So, this is what they do. And then here she says, I love granting dreams. I hope that it will serve as a bridge between generations. So, she loves granting. What is that? Fulfilling. Okay, to grant something is to give, to make possible. So she likes to make dreams possible. Okay. That's the meaning of granting. So that's what she does. She likes to help people believe that they can do at least one more thing before they die. They can do that, and this is something that she focuses on, and it's really beautiful, isn't it? So now when this book was made, she was a senior at the University of Notre Dame studying film, TV, and acting. Okay. And she also travels around the country sharing information about dream catchers with students, teachers, hospice administrators, and community centers. So that's really good. Okay, that's a great job they do. All right, people. So the vocabulary is okay here, right? Do you have any other questions concerning vocabulary? No, is everything okay? So you see how beautiful the first guy, the boy, right? Nick, so young, and he was able to create an app. He sold the app, made a fortune, and now he has a brilliant future ahead, right? Jake Bug, a guitar player, coming from a housing development situation. Amazing, right? He can sing and write songs. He's a great musician. And Caitlin Cromet, a woman, a girl, right? Who loves helping people in a very extreme situation, terminally ill patients, right? So that's really amazing. Okay. So here, guys, of course, there are some questions, but I think that we can reflect upon them, right? We can think about the questions, like, for example, what is inspirational about each one of them? What can inspire you about each one of them? We can think about it. Okay. What do you learn about his family and childhood? What can you learn about the way they were brought up and how they turned out to be? Okay. There is a word here that is really nice. The word is milestones. Do you know the meaning of this word? Do you know what milestones are? No?
I don't know.
Okay, a milestone is something very important that happens in your life. And then after that, you have like a second, not opportunity, but it's like your life changes radically. A milestone can be a graduation, because when you graduate, you're not a student anymore. You get a certificate and then you can have a job. So you have a big change. That's a milestone. A wedding, when you get married, it's a milestone. If you get invited, for example, if you are a musician and a big band invites you to play for them, it's a milestone. Okay, guys, so these are turning points, important things that happen in your life. Okay, we can call them milestones, the things that you conquer. All right. For example, in the first example here, the guy, Nick, a big milestone was when he sold his app to Yahoo, right? He made a lot of money out of that. Look, let me show you here. Yes, look at that. He has recently sold Sumly to Yahoo for $30 million. So that was a milestone, okay? Along with the other things he did before, right? When he launched his first app, he had 100,000 downloads in its first month. That was a milestone. Okay, guys. So these are conquests. And then they ask you that, what is his ambition and what do you learn about his friends? So let me show you the answers to that. So just for you to copy them, and maybe it helps you in your writings, right? It's interesting. So the first one is about Nick. Okay, guys. So look. Okay, can I move down? Yeah. Look.
Yeah. Teacher, what
Yeah.
is gadgets?
Gadgets.
Gadgets.
Gadgets is the same as electronic equipment. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Anything electronic and usually anything small, it's a gadget. A cell phone is a gadget. Okay.
Gadgets.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, here in his milestones, here they are just referring to the creation of face mood and selling Samly to Yahoo for $30 million. Now let's see about Jake Bud or Jake Bug. Okay, guys. Yeah, did you get it?
Yes, teacher.
All
Yes.
right. Okie dokie, guys. So let's try to move on to the next part. Oh, just a final consideration here. Who do you think is the most successful person now from the three guys that we saw the stories here? Who do you think is the most successful? I think it's
About money or about his soul?
yeah, very good question, Lorena. Very good question. I
Because I
think
think there are two possibilities.
it's true. It's true. I totally agree. I think all of them are successful, each one in their own specialty or expertise. I think Caitlin is super happy because she's been around this business for a long time and helping so many people. That's so rewarding, isn't it? So These questions they put in the lessons, man, they are so materialistic. Who will be the most successful in the future? Oh man, really? That's not necessary. Which teenager do you most admire? Why?
Um, last one.
The last
The
one.
girl.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I agree.
Me
Because
too.
she is very strong and very uh, inspire very people.
Inspired, very inspired. Yeah, super. She's
Yeah,
amazing. Wow. Dealing with
a lot of
sick
people.
people. Yeah, that's not easy.
Yeah.
So she's really good. I like her too. Okie dokie, guys. So now, before we go home, before we finish here, we'd like to see some verbs here. Take and put. That's interesting because they are opposites, right? You either take or you put. All right. So before we start that, let me take a picture. Is Kainan there? Yes. So let's take a picture. I will just take a picture of the list of participants. Okay, no need to open cameras or anything. Just the names is okay. All right. Let me save the picture. So this lesson about the verbs take and put will tell us a little bit about collocations using these verbs. Collocations with take, collocations with put. There are a lot of collocations in English. So let's take a look at some of them. First, let me save this picture. Oh, talking about housing development. Did you see the demolition, or not the demolition, but the building that collapsed here in Rio, I think yesterday? Did you see that? How sad.
Yeah, teacher. A lot
Very
of
Yeah.
people.
bad and very dangerous for all neighborhoods
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
What
because
happened?
now there are many builds with uh, with a kind of, I don't know, risks of uh,
They're running the risk of collapsing. Yeah, sure. They have to evacuate
and
all the other
I
buildings.
I think 73 people go out our house for to live with the parents and the family and
Yeah.
go out your house, uh, go out our houses and with without clothes, without documents, without
Imagine.
anything, without
Yeah. Imagine.
everything.
Gone.
You, my God, I can't imagine to live this in my life.
Me neither. This is really crazy. This is wow.
What
My
happened?
Hardcore.
God,
I I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, a building collapsed in a place called Rio das Pedras here in Rio, and a family, I think, was severely damaged. Actually, the father and the daughter died. The daughter was just a baby. I think she was only 2 or 3 years old, and the father died too. The mother is in hospital. Yes, she is in a
Wow,
critical situation. Yeah. And
that's horrible.
yeah, that was very bad, really. And but that was not a housing development area. No, unfortunately, that area where the building collapsed belongs to the militia. I don't know if you knew about it, but there is a lot of militia here in Rio. Campo Grande, for example, has a lot of militia, right? So that area where the building collapsed belongs to the militia. And now they are investigating to see who built the building, who actually was responsible for that construction site. And
The house was like 2 floors, two floor house,
no, it was a building.
like oh, so there were other like apartment,
Yeah,
other families living there.
with
yeah,
with
let me show.
with four 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 I think quatro andares,
Four
four floors.
floors, yes.
Or
Oh,
Yeah, they're small buildings, but they're wow. Let me show you the
that was
images. Yeah, let me.
that was what I imagined, like a bad um built house.
Yeah, badly built. Yes, look. Can you see that?
Hmm.
So
It's really
here,
dangerous because not everyone can build a house like up 3 floors or 4 floors. You have to be like
yes.
a good how can I say engineer, to do that,
Yeah, of
and
course.
you have to use specific bricks, I think, or other materials and tools
Yeah,
because
that's true.
really
That's
big.
true.
It has tons of weight. Like yes.
Yes, look, here there are some pictures showing the street. Look, the street has a lot of buildings, one next to the other. Can you see there? It's one next to the other, side by side, and they're all like 3, 4 floors, and they're built with terrible material, bad quality material. That's why they collapse. Okay, and they sell these buildings to families, for a low price, so people are able to buy them. And but then it's totally unsafe, it's totally dangerous to live there. This was the couple. Oh, look, here we have another image. Look, okay, so most buildings on this street are like this, 3, 4 maximum. Okay, they're, but still look. And then the other buildings now in the same area, they had to be evacuated because the the impact of this collapse here generated some waves in the soil to destabilize the other buildings. So they are running the risk of collapsing too. So that's why they had to be evacuated. I mean, I don't know how many buildings far from that one were evacuated, but this is the family that was severely affected. Look,
Wow, that's so sad.
so sad. This little girl died and this man died, and the mother is in hospital fighting for her life because her situation is very critical.
They destroyed a family,
Yeah,
and also a dream of a own house.
yes, of
Because
course.
I think everyone dreams of having having your own house, your own place to live properly.
Terrible,
um,
terrible.
even more here in Brazil, that we know that life here is really difficult.
Very difficult. And so these
Um,
guys, man, that's very bad.
I guess she doesn't even know that they passed away.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't. They haven't told her yet.
She's
Imagine.
gonna suffer a lot.
Sorry?
She's gonna suffer a
Oh,
lot.
yeah, of course. Yes, my goodness. They're trying to save it for later because she's under a lot of stress already because of her condition. I don't even know if she's awake. Maybe she isn't even awake because she has to undergo some surgeries. But when she wakes up, man, that will be very, very shocking. Especially her daughter. Oh my God. Really bad, guys. I can't really imagine. So let's go back to that take and put thing here, which has a lot to do with what happened because um, when they construct buildings like that, they put a lot of bad material in the construction. So unfortunately, this is what happens. And yeah, they take a lot of money out of people, right? So um, look at these examples from the text on page 39. We have there. Um, could you read the examples, please, Kaina, here?
The first one.
Yes, there are three examples. Yeah. Can you read?
Okay, the example.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Um, he was given his own computer, which he put to use creating movies. Okay.
Yes, very good. He was given his own computer, which he put to use creating movies. This is one expression, okay? To put to use. So he used um, his computer to create movies. So he made it possible by using his computer, okay? The next one, can you read that one too, Kainan, please?
He took part in the Glastonbury festival. He took
Yes,
part
that's
in.
right, the Glastonbury, yeah, the Glastonbury Festival. So he took part in, he participated, okay? To take part in is to participate. And the last one, please.
She took it upon herself to do volunteer work at a local hospice.
Hospice, yeah. Mhm. She took it upon herself. It means that she decided for herself. She decided it was not under anybody else's influence. She did it. She thought about it. She said, oh, I want to go, right? I want to do it. So she took it upon herself to do volunteer work. Okay. So here we have put the words in the right box. We have the expressions and we have the verbs take and put. As you may not know which one goes with which, I will show you the answers and then you try to do the exercise, okay? So let me show you the first one here. So the first one here is take somebody or something for granted. What does that mean, guys? Do you know?
I do.
Okay.
It's when you don't give the value that that thing deserves.
Very
You know.
good. Excellent. That's it, Kaina. That's it. When you take somebody or something for granted, you really don't care for that person or for something. It's there, you use it, good. You don't care. You don't give the proper value. You don't really recognize if it's a person, you don't give the value this person deserves. Okay, you take this person for granted. Excellent. Next one, take my advice. Okay, it's like follow what I say. Take my advice. Take place. Take place means to happen. Okay, the event takes place in Barra every year. Suppose Rock in Rio. Rock in Rio takes place in Barra all the time, right? Yeah. So it's usually not really Barra, but I don't know if Recreio. No, Barra. Yeah, it's in Barra. So Rock in Rio takes place in Barra all the time, whenever it happens. Next one. Take offense. Don't take offense. Okay. So whenever somebody calls you um, bad name or something, don't take offense. Don't worry. Okay. Just ignore. Take criticism. Accept criticism. Right. So it's nice to know uh, how to take criticism because it's usually something to help you grow. Take no notice. Take no notice is like, don't worry about it. Don't observe something because it's not really important. So take no notice of this. Okay. Take forever. Something takes forever when something lasts a long time. So it takes forever. Take part, participate. Okay. Take a risk is the same as to voluntarily put yourself in a risky situation. Okay. When you take risks or you take a risk, you you go and you place yourself in a situation that is dangerous. For example, you take a very good you take a very big risk when you go walking in the streets of Rio at night alone, right? You are taking a risk. If you go home alone after a party, suppose at midnight, oh, I will go walking. No buses are running anymore, so you decide to go walking. You're taking a risk. Okay. Now let's see. Put somebody in charge of. Put somebody in charge of something is um, to to ask this person to be responsible for something. Okay, so you put this person in a position of responsibility. Okay, put my arm around. Put my arm around. So when you look, put my arm around her. Okay. So I don't put my arm around her means I don't trust her, right? It's an expression. When you don't trust somebody, you can say, oh, I don't put my arm around her. Okay, or I don't put my arm around him. Okay. It means that you don't trust that person. You're not really close to that person. So you don't put your arm around. It's usually a negative situation. Put his work first. So somebody puts his work first. If somebody is very dedicated and very hardworking, so nothing comes first in his life, only his work. After that, okay, when his work is done, so okay. I'm usually like that. I'm a little bit like that. I put my work first. That's something I need to improve because I don't have much time for my family. So I feel guilty about it, but I have things to do. So I worry a lot about my work. So I usually put my work first. Put a plan into practice. To put a plan into practice is to execute a plan, to actually do the things necessary to achieve your purpose. Okay. Put pressure on somebody. It's literal. You put pressure on somebody when you want a service done, when you want a job done, you put pressure on somebody. Also, when you want the person to say something, the person doesn't want to say, then you can put some pressure on this person. It's not a good thing. Put a stop to something. To put a stop to something is to terminate a situation, to stop a situation that is usually annoying or irritating. So you don't like it anymore, you don't want it anymore, so you put a stop to it. Okay. You can put a stop to a relationship, like an abusive relationship. If it's not good for you, you don't like it, put a stop to it. Okay, guys. Yes, did you get all the answers? Okay. Okay, Lorena. Okay, Sabrina.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right. Now, complete the sentences with an expression with take or put in the correct form. So we not only have to see which expression to use, but we should also see the correct verb form. Okay. So let's try to do the first one. Man, it's so hot here. It's super hot. Let me turn on the fan. Okay. The wedding in an old country church. It was beautiful, but it was miles away. It to get there.
Take place.
Very good. In this case, in the past, right? Took place in an old country church and it was beautiful, but it was miles away. So it, the same
Took
verb.
forever.
Yes, exactly. It took forever to get there. Okay. So we have here take place in the past, took. So it took place and it took forever to get there. Okay. So let's see the next one. My son's always hanging out at the mall, but I'll to that. I won't give him any more spending money.
To put a stop.
Yes, very good. I'll put a stop to that. Okay, very nice. I will not let him do it anymore. I'll put a stop to that. Number 3, please don't, but I don't think your work has been up to your usual standards recently. See the possibilities.
Um, please don't take offense.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Yay, very good. Don't take offense, but I don't think your work has been up to your usual standards recently because you're making a criticism, so, right? Okay. It's like a disclaimer. I told you that boy was no good for you. You should have and had nothing to do with him. You should have
Put a stop to something, somebody.
you should have put a stop and had nothing to do with him.
I think it's you
I
should
don't know.
have.
That's okay. Good try. Good try.
You should have
Take my advice.
Yes. Excellent. Very good. Woohoo.
taken.
Yeah.
Taken?
Taken.
Oh,
Yeah. Because you should have taken. Okay. You should have taken my advice. It had nothing to do with him. Okay, guys. So just because we're running out of time, let me show you the other ones. Take it upon yourself and do it. Okay. If you really want to make a change in the world, you need to take it upon yourself and do it. Okay? My boss is putting pressure on me to resign. Number 7, I tried to get the teacher's attention. Let me just mute because it's a little noisy. Okay, better. So I tried to get the teacher's attention, but she took no notice of me at all. She ignored me. Children never say thank you or how are you to their parents. They just take them for granted. Okay, let's do the listening.
Track 24. 1.
The wedding took place in an old country church. It was beautiful, but it was miles away. It took forever to get there.
2.
My son's always hanging out at the mall, but I'll put a stop to that. I won't give him any more spending money.
3.
Please don't take offense, but I don't think your work has been up to your usual standards recently.
4.
I told you that boy was no good for you. You should have taken my advice and had nothing to do with him.
5.
If you really want to make a change in the world, you'll need to take it upon yourself and do it.
6.
My boss is putting pressure on me to resign, but I won't go.
7.
I tried to get the teacher's attention, but she took no notice of me at all.
8.
Children never say thank you or how are you to their parents. They just take them for granted.
Okay, guys. Great. All right. So here, they want us to match the lines in A and B. Underline the expressions with take and put. So let's check it out right away because we don't have much time. Actually, we don't have any time left. So here you have the answers, people. The first one, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Take your time means slow down. Don't worry. Do things at your own pace. Okay? We're not in a hurry. Look, put it on your calendar. The party's on the 21st. I told her a joke about the French, and it turned out she was French. Ooh, oops. You really put your foot in your mouth, didn't you? To put your foot in your mouth, guys, is like to commit a gaffe, okay? In Portuguese, we call it, oh, you committed a gaffe. Terrible. Okay, guys, so in English, is to put your foot in your mouth. Take it easy, calm down. There's no need to panic. Put yourself in my shoes. What would you do? Put yourself in my shoes, the same as put yourself in my place. Okay? You always take things too personally. Not everything is your fault. Okay. Let's see if there is any other. Okay, guys, did you copy that?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
All right. So now, guys, to finish, my voice, my voice is going away. Let's see there. Use a dictionary, complete the sentences with a phrasal verb with take. So here we have take something back, take something in, take off, and take somebody on. So let's see the examples. The first one, the store takes on a lot of extra workers every holiday season. So takes on here, the store admits, the store hires, actually, okay? The store hires a lot of extra workers, okay? The lecture was too complicated and the students couldn't take it all in. To take something in is to understand, okay? So if something is too difficult, it's hard to take it all in. Number 3, my business really took off after I picked up 6 new clients. So to take off is to start growing, to start being successful, okay? You called me a liar, but I'm not. Take that back and apologize. So, okay, it's a way to say, come on, don't say that anymore. Take that back and say you're sorry. And now some expressions, some phrasal verbs with the word put. Okay, put some music on. Excuse me, whatever you want. To put some music on is the same as to play some music. Okay. Number 6, the disgusting smell of the cheese put me off eating it. So something that puts you off is something that, you know, of kinds of creates a rejection. It's something that makes you feel like disgusted, like, oh no, I don't want this. So it makes you reject something. It's a bad feeling, okay? So something or somebody can put you off. A person puts you off if the person is unpleasant. If the person is not nice, this person puts you off, okay? And you can also say that of food. So if something doesn't look good, it puts you off, okay? Now, number 7, could you put away your clothes? So to put away is to organize, put where they belong, all right? Don't leave them on the floor or over your bed. Please put your clothes in the wardrobe or in the drawers. Put your clothes away or put away your clothes. The kitchen fire was scary, but luckily I put it out. So to put the fire out is to eliminate the fire, to extinguish the fire. You put it out. Okay, people? All right, we are done here. We have this final listening with the sentences, but we have to go. We are not going to do the everyday English, this final page, but we can do that next week. No problem. Since this is vocabulary, the best thing to do is really to practice, okay? So let me show you some exercises on our page. Can you see that? This is our page on Google Classroom. Here, I put some links. The first one, this link is very interesting. It shows 10 successful young entrepreneurs, okay? They are really successful and they started at an early age. Some phrasal verbs with put, some collocations with take, okay? This one here is about the everyday English, so we will deal with this one next class. The homework for today is workbook pages 31 to 34 and online practice writing 3, my ideal job. Okay, and here to practice there are 2 worksheets, okay, with collocations, mostly collocations with take. Okay, as soon as I find a good exercise about collocations with put, I will post for you here. Okay, guys. All right. I need to drink some more water. I really need to drink. My water here is over, so I need to get a refill. So guys, thank you so much for coming. I will just add it here and just put that we haven't done page 41, okay? We haven't done that page, only up to page 40, but that was good enough. We had a lot of vocabulary. Okay, so see you next week. Take good care, all right, guys? Really be careful. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
teacher.
Nice weekend,
Oh,
teacher.
thank you,
See you
guys.
next weekend.
You too, guys. Be careful, okay? Be careful.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Take
Teacher,
care.
thank you. Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye. See you.